What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after Week 5 in our Columbus Aviators franchise, where the Aviators picked up a victory over the Baltimore Ravens to improve to 3-2 on the season. However, even with that win, the game left us with more question marks than it did answers. We have a lot of injuries starting to pile up for this Aviators offense, and we're going to need to find a way to get through this difficult time. We'll check on our injuries, see how severe they are, and we will get ready for our matchup against the Colts and try to find some replacements if need be. Let's go ahead and do our little scouting here. You see there, we do have trade offers for Jarrell Casey. We are not going to try to trade him. He's been really good in his new role for us. I gotta be pretty happy with what he's been giving us so far. So I'm happy. We're fine with that role right now. Last game, there was a play where he blew up the Ravens offensive line and got to Joe Flacco pretty much as quickly as the ball did. It was pretty crazy. I was happy to see that. Timed his jump perfectly there. So we're just going to scout the first trait of everybody in the draft. Now, once we do this, we're going to find out who has that starting B+ or higher attribute. Now, if they have that, then it's worthy of scouting further. If their first attribute's a lot lower than that, we can kind of wait on them and see what their combine scores are before investing further points into them. This strategy has worked really well for me in terms of finding good steals in the draft, and so we're going to continue with that so far this season. People have been telling me why I don't upgrade people. I do all the upgrading off camera. It gets very, very tiring, I would say, just watching me upgrade 1 point at a time, so on and so forth. There's not a big reason to show all that, so that would be the reason why. So here we are. Now, what I'm thinking is, Chance Jokel had a really nice play in that last game, but the lack of speed is evident. I feel like that play is something that Chapman might have scored a touchdown on, and I liked Jokel in that backup role a little bit more, so we are going to make that move to get things going. Now, again, we have some injuries taking place. Let's go ahead and look at the depth chart, or look at the injury report to see how severe they are first. So, Sankey is out for 3 more weeks. That's not that bad. And again, I feel very comfortable with the running back core that we have in place. Obviously, our rookie Russell looked incredible last game. And then we know what we have in Tavon Austin. Definitely an explosive player kind of guy. And that's what we love to have there. Marcus Mariota will be out for 2 more weeks. That's not all that bad either. I think we can survive 2 games with who we have at quarterback. Now, Russell going down does hurt that a little bit, but you got to remember, XxSnEaKyPxx has quite a lot of experience being Mariota's backup in the past, and he actually kind of fits our style a little more than Russell does. So even though Russell's out too, I do have faith in XxSnEaKyPxx. Maybe not so much against playoff caliber defenses as we've come to learn, but for regular season games, he's an overall okay quarterback, and he's only getting better with experience. Dorial Green-Beckham going to be out for 3 weeks here as well. So we are going to need to sign a quarterback. I think that much is obvious. Now, what do we want to do a running back here? Again, I've said this before. Tavon Austin is probably the best running back that I have in terms of making plays. He's quick, and he uses his speed to his advantage big time. I'm not convinced that he's an every down back. I've noticed, even when he's in that starter role, we saw Russell quite a lot. And the reason for that is, again, he's not built to be an every down back. And especially with the injuries piling up, I wonder if he can handle the offensive load on the running game. So part of me is considering actually putting Russell here, moving Russell up. Now, the difference is going to be, I want Tavon Austin to get the majority of the carries, I want it to be split around 50-50 maybe. And again, Austin's been auto-subbed out quite a lot. Maybe I'll keep it this way for this game. If I feel like he's getting put in danger in any kind of way, we might move it to Russell for the next one. But it's a short-term issue that we have. We should be getting Sankey back, but gosh, man, Russell looked good. We need to find some time for him as well. We do need to get another quarterback, obviously. Nick Foles, if anything, I feel like I should probably find somebody that fits my style. Nope. Don't even say it. Tim Tebow is not coming to Columbus. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. You can erase that comment you're typing right now because I know you are. I would like to find somebody that kind of fits our offense a little bit. Dominic Davis does. Blaine Gabbert, 83 speed, really? Would not have guessed that. I do like Matt Scott. I do have familiarity with him in a previous series as well. Let's see what their medium throw accuracy is. Let's see what we're looking at here, because that might be something else that really comes into play. Nick Foles, what's Nick Foles' speed at? Not great, I'm imagining. Yeah, giggity. Not great. What's Mallet? No, Mallet's even worse. All right, so Matt Scott might be the way to go. He seems to have the best speed for medium throw accuracy, and that could play into what we're doing. Hopefully, we don't get into a situation where we're going to need him to make some plays. We just kind of need him in a backup reserve role just in case for a few weeks. I think he'll be okay in that role. He kind of fits our offense the best out of all the quarterbacks we were looking at, and I think he'll ultimately be a pretty solid move for us. So we have him there, and ultimately I think we're doing pretty good. I'm pretty okay with where we are. Dropping those 2 games was not a good thing. And I think consistency is just going to be an issue for our team, unfortunately. We definitely have a lot of the talent in place, but the next year is probably going to be taking this talent to the next level. Do I think we can win a Super Bowl this year? Probably not. I don't know that this team has that in them, but I definitely think this is a Super Bowl caliber talented roster, at least for the future. I think if some of our players can take the next step, particularly on defense, to where we're not having blown assignments as often as we have been, I definitely think this is a team, a core of players that can really make their impact on the league. So next up, we have the Indianapolis Colts. They are 2-2 right now. So they started off 0-2, if I'm not mistaken. So they've won 2 in a row here. And we know they've been adding weapons for Andrew Luck to work with. Let's check it out. 94 overall, Sam Bradford and Johnny Manziel backing him up. Trey Mason going to be a running back with David Cobb. There he is on his new team. Betraying us, going to the rival. Javorsky Lane at fullback. Wide receiver Parker Hester. We know how good this guy is. He is definitely a threat. Mike Wallace and Sean Hardy, an 82 overall rookie out of Auburn. So pairing him with Parker Hester and then Andrew Luck moving forward, that is quite a trio there, and something that we might have to fear for years to come. Here is Dwayne Allen, 90 overall, Rivera, 81, and was that another 80 behind them, Kellen Davis. So plenty of depth throughout their offense there. Offensive line, not looking great. They do have a great right guard there. Their tackles are pretty solid as well, but definitely some question marks listed in that group too. Short, a big-time pickup here for the Colts, helping out their defense quite a lot. Tamba Ali coming over as well. They got Ray McDonald, plenty of depth. The Colts are definitely stacking their team up. Now, left outside linebacker could definitely use some work. They have a lot of players at other positions you would think they could sub over, I would say. Dylan Sam, though, a 75 overall middle linebacker. At right outside linebacker, they have Warner. Not the greatest linebacker class, but Davis is a great corner. They have Devon House as well and Jonathan Banks. This is a team on the rise, for sure. I don't think anybody can really argue that. Their defense could use some upgrades. That's pretty evident. But their offense has enormous potential. And I think it looks like, again, they've won 2 in a row. This might be a team getting their act together. And if that is the case, they could definitely make a run at the division. You know, they pick up a victory against us, all of a sudden they're right in there. We do have another game against the Texans after this, and then the Colts. So 3 straight division games. These are going to be 3 crucial weeks. So even though I feel pretty comfortable with our team, even with the injuries, not having our starters in important conference game, division games, is definitely a pretty big blow. Bridgewater, 26 of 36, 308 yards, 4 passing touchdowns for him. Minter with 20 tackles. Oh my gosh. Morris against us, 7 tackles, an interception, a fumble forced, and a touchdown. And then Le'Veon Bell, 18 carries, 138 yards for him. 1 rushing touchdown, and then 1 receiving touchdown as well on 66 yards for him. Pretty solid game, I would say. Totaling over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. Guys, that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button. It helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in Week 6 as we take on the Indianapolis Colts. Later.